we are in a week very important. It seems to be very important this week for the environment. We had on Tuesday the Prime Minister announcing a new pledge for carbon dioxide emissions. Yesterday it was EU that made a similar commitment. And today is Earth Day, and we had this announcement from Head Office that follows a partnership with Microsoft regarding the building of this supercomputer. Can you tell us a little bit more about how this supercomputer promised to solve climate change or to help in this fight?
We're very excited about this announcement because it takes weather forecasting and climate forecasting a significant leap forward at a time when this could not be more important. So the sorts of things that the new supercomputer will enable us to do is to, for example, look at climate projections in much more detail and to be able to do many, many more runs of those projections so that we can begin to gain further and deeper insight into how our climate was changing. So we know already that our climate has changed and will continue to change over the next 30, 50, 100 years, but understanding and getting an insight into exactly how those changes will manifest themselves at high resolution so that we can see, for example, we can advise engineers on where to put in sea defenses or advise the energy sector where to site for renewables, for example. Those things we're doing already, but we'll have much greater confidence in the ability of the supercomputer for us to be able to advise. We believe we'll have much better capability at current weather forecasting, so it will be higher resolution and we'll be able to look at some of those more challenging systems like extreme weather, such as convective thunderstorms that are currently very difficult to model. We hope that that will increase our capability in that arena too. So it's obviously a massive program of work. It will begin next year. We're working to a timetable of it becoming operational next summer, but it's something that we are particularly excited by because we understand the context of this, which this technology is arriving at a time that we need it most because of the urgency of understanding more about climate change and indeed how we adapt to it. On a global level, it will enable us, that sheer leap forward in computing power will enable us to model parts of the Earth system that have previously been impossible or difficult to manage with the current system. So we're looking at things like the thawing of permafrost, for example, the release of greenhouse gases from wetlands and from natural peatlands. All of those affect the issues like the carbon budget and factors affecting climate change. So we'll also be able to, as we get down on this glide path to net zero and hopefully to remain below 1.5 degrees average rise in global temperatures, it will enable us to be able to offer much more finely scaled resolution advice on exactly how far we are on those pathways and indeed which pathways will be open to us.
It seems really promising as a project. Graham, two more things I would like to ask you. How is going to predict this supercomputer the local scale emergencies and all these challenges that local authorities currently face in terms of climate change and in terms of all these impacts that every day sees? And also, where is this supercomputer be located?
So let's look at the first part of your questions first. In terms of local emergencies, over the last few years in the UK, we've seen extreme weather events which have either affected the whole of the UK in terms of heat waves or perhaps more localized impacts such as convective rainfall, which may have affected some regions more than others. We are working towards being able to overcome some of these forecasting challenges, and it is a challenge to be able to offer local advice on what is happening here and now, but with that sheer power that we'll have and the fact that we can put more information into it to get more out, that will help with tailoring forecasts and being able to look at challenging issues and extremes on a more local level. Regarding the siting of the supercomputer, plans are still unfolding. It will be located in the south of England, and we're looking at all options at the moment.